I was hired as a journalist for PixiePages. There are some strange rules. Part 2. By Prickly. I think I died again, but oh man was I on fire. True to Pauly's prediction, I found a vacant lot where the office was meant to occupy. Don't get the wrong idea, I had no intentions of a second day. I was speeding down the interstate all night after my post, nearly 3 states over when 8:56 AM rolled over. I blinked once, finding a distinct change in scenery. No longer was I zooming down the freeway, weaving through long-distance truckers and the occasional late-night drivers. Instead, I was lined up in the fleet of employee vehicles, waiting to begin our shifts. White-knuckling the steering wheel, I struggled to process where I sat. I was hundreds of miles away, yet they still somehow brought me here. Young and naive as I may be, I knew that meant I couldn't escape. 9 AM struck and it's hard to describe what exactly I saw. Imagine the opacity slider was slowly pushed from null to full. The translucent skyscraper materialized sluggishly, but certainly over 4 or 5 minutes. 9:04 rolled around. At that instant, swaths of people stampeded through the front doors. I suppose stampede is a strong word. Those who made their way inside did so without any enthusiasm. They maintained a steady and uniform line, patiently entering their personal purgatory without any joy. I could relate to that gloom. I don't want to work here either. Like them, I had no choice. Luckily, I was given more time to peer through the handbook, nearly 2 full hours before a suit-clad man waved his hand between my face and the papers. "Josh, I presume?" the man asked. Taking my dumbfounded silence as confirmation, he continued. "You'll be shadowing me today, and let me tell ya, it'll be a doozy." "Cut the shit, what's going on?" I spat, returning to reading. "Swearing is a no-no, Joshy. Let's go. We've got some equipment to recover," the man warned, gesturing towards the elevator. "What do I call you?" I finally broke the silence we'd been driving in.
"Sean. There shouldn't be a witness there, but try not to use names. Better safe than, dead and all."
Sean just had to bring it up. Recent memories from yesterday resurfaced, sending throbbing pain across my midsection. I rubbed at the worst of the pains, asking, "What are we looking for?"
"A weather balloon. New model, needs to be recovered, yada yada yada. Simple enough, right?"
Sean turned an eye to me, reading the inquisitive expression on my face. "What's the catch?" I finally groaned, after he made it clear that he was waiting.
"Glad you asked, Joshy,"
Sean shared, grinning in self-satisfaction.
"Something took down the balloon. We don't know why."
Sean's tone turned on a dime as he felt deadly serious.
"There could be anything waiting for us. Follow the rules and try not to die."
"That's easy and all," I said, sarcasm oozing, "but how do we handle whatever's waiting for us?" Sean narrowed the eye I could see, glaring at me, disappointed.
Joshy.
He grit his teeth, trailing off. "Well," I pressed for answers.
"Do the rules say anything about safety?"
Sean countered, making it my turn to fall silent. After some reflecting, I said, "Well, no, but..." Sean cut me off.
"Correct. Do your job and follow the rules. Break them. They break you."
His forearms tensed as he gripped the steering wheel with intense force. A gulp caught on a hitch in my throat. So being sent into a deadly situation, for what? I threw my hands up, with the justified amount of drama. For a moment, I saw Sean, the real Sean. The broken, shattered man who'd been beaten into a loyal dog. Sean must have caught me staring as he stomped on the brakes.
"What are you looking at?"
He bared his teeth at me, taking his eyes off the road. "Sean, behind you," I croaked.
"Don't change the subject," he tried,
but I cut off. "Smoke! There's a fire, look, damn it!" I forced his head towards the rapidly growing wildfire, battling as he did his best to resist me.
"Get off me!"
Sean shouted, elbowing me hard in the ribs. As I fell away, I brought his head down into the center console, producing a satisfying crunch. The center console crumpled around Sean's skull as Sean grunted. Furious, he threw his door open and walked off towards the flames. With an angry huff, he disappeared into the foliage. I rushed after him, confused, but doing my best to track him. It was easy to hear the twigs and leaves crunch with each step he took, but the low-hanging smoke made navigating much worse. The suffocating smog forced me to crawl, losing ground as Sean continued unhindered.
Wait up!
I choked out as loud as I could, coughing as I inhaled smoke. The scratchy breath left my throat raw and sore.
Get up, jackass. There is no fire, remember?
Sean retorted clearly through the crackling fire. I stumbled as I pressed further into the smoke, rendered speechless as I laid eyes on Sean. The psychopath was standing inside of the hellfire. Not just standing, no. Sean was casually strolling through them, straight to the debris.
Hurry up and get over here. The further apart we are, the more likely they are to pick us off.
Sean sighed, shaking his head. My lungs burnt too viciously to do anything but choke. Sean turned to me and sneered.
Get your ass in gear. Something's coming. Accept that. The fire is not real.
A charcoal-coated beast lunged out at Sean. The well-dressed man was almost like water as he contorted himself to the side. He danced like the flames as two more hellhounds made their attacks, colliding over his head as he ducked. Had I not been suffocating, the scene might have been more entertaining. Sean moved with practiced grace, dipping and dodging the three demon dogs. Even as red snakes shot out like frog tongues, not a single one landed. Too caught with the flaming man dancing between the hellspawn, I yelped at the unexpected contact on my leg. I lurched backwards, then upwards, as my leg was pulled into the air. I grabbed at the ground, praying to catch a root or a low branch, but nothing came. I was left suspended in the air until I came face to face with it. The scaly purple devil mask shone brilliantly through the thickening haze. His blackened lips maintained a firm crease as it grinned wildly. Two beady black marbles gleamed with life as it read the terror on my face. We made eye contact for a minute, though I gleaned nothing from its featureless eyes. With a twinkle in its eyes, smoke began pouring from its mouth, and it slammed me through a tree. Not into it, but through a fully grown maple tree. That purple masked devil used me like a damn axe. An untold amount of time later, I woke up from my near coma. I felt nothing but indescribable agony across my right side. My arm was drooping in a deformed lump, shattered beyond repair. I couldn't be sure of it, but my bets were that my hip was dislocated. For reference, dislocating a hip is no easy task. That devil mask wearing bastard swung me with force comparable to a car accident. To be fair, I did feel like I'd been hit by a truck. On my left arm, I tried pushing myself upright, only for my lungs to scream in excruciating pain. Several daggers had turned my organs into pincushions, and I had just opened the wounds wider. I heaved for air, unable to catch my breath. I fell into a coughing fit, spraying blood out of my mouth. Each cough felt like knives stabbing me again and again, drawing tears from my eyes. My last thoughts in that moment weren't that that was the end. My last thoughts in that moment were dreading waking up, perfectly healthy. As you can tell by me posting this update, wake up I did. Sean made sure to break my nose with a solid open palm punch before heading home. A couple minutes later, I trudged to my own car, stuffing my nostrils with tissues to stop the bleeding. I typed this up, and now I'm gonna go try and memorize more rules. I'm worried though. I forgot to clock out today.